right, we are live. Sean, I keep forgetting that we've got that little tiny video that goes on, which is just amazing, by the way. All of the guys that work on the production behind the TeamLiquid StarLeague 4, it's just incredible. So I'm like so used to powering into the game, and sorry for sounding like such a noob, man. So
that was great.
Bring me back, buddy.
No, because I know exactly what you mean. You know, you do the, all right, it looks like we're going to be doing this guy versus mouzCC.MaNa, and let's hop into the game. It's like, let's go into mouzCC.MaNa, and then all our microphones get muted, and we're like, wait, what? It just sounded like Marcus
like,
didn't
my
even...
stream go down? What happened?
In the bottom left, the player currently down 0-1, but has developed one of the largest fan bases of all the foreigners with this incredibly stable Protoss play. It is mouzCC.MaNa.
And his opponent in the northwest for Team Startail, and already coming out in a bit of a lead, we have got Hack.
You know, I love the way that Hack played off that game number 1. He was only, well, first I guess I should say the standard times. A pretty typical timing to get those medevacs out is around 9:30. This is the player who early expands, does nothing, and just goes for the medevac. If that player wants to get some stim and some upgrades and do some other interesting things with his gas first, it's around 10:30 to 11. But in that game, Hack, even after going for all those barracks, still managed to get his medevacs up by around 12 minutes. And he had 5 add-ons on the barracks, 3 reactors and 2 tech labs. Hack did a very nice timing to be able to get Russian into his opponent's face very, very quickly. And again, much like Bomber, his aggression starts around 11 minutes. So I'm just hoping to see that same aggression out of Hack again in Game 2.
I also want to just take note of all of this little micro play that we got to see here at the front of Hack's base. You know, there's a probe he brought down. He obviously created the block so that he couldn't get in, microing each SCV to keep it alive and inside. It's just always so amazing to me that these guys just effortlessly really just attend to everything that they need to, even in this early game.
Yeah.
We are seeing those 2 additional racks come out with no gas behind it. The interesting thing about this is that probe, unfortunately, is not going to be going home with a whole lot of information. Its vision itself just shows that the front is open, and it is a Nexus first that went down for MaNa.
Dude, MaNa is in a lot of trouble right now. I mean, again, this is the map where you do the rather unusual build. Now, that is going to surprise MaNa a little bit. He sent his probe up, and it died to those 2 Marines at the front. That's the exact time that you check, and when he'll only have 1 Marine and an early expand. So if I'm in MaNa's shoes, I'm going to be going, what are 2 Marines going on there? It's a little bit of a difference, and we see MaNa going for that chrono-boosted Stalker. Now, the thing to note, almost always, you'll have your warp gates done by 6:30. Almost always you'll have your warp gate done by 6:30, but MaNa went Nexus first, so he is going to have to chrono boost a lot of units on that gateway before warp gate to hold off this attack. Let's see what he does. His Stalker's about to finish. What is he going to build? If he builds a sentry, it's going to be so difficult.
Oh no! Sentry. Yep, and right now we do have additional Marines coming out here. As we do see another supply depot going up. He's going to be ready for this. And 3 additional Marines coming out. So far, he's really only showed a couple of units here. As we can see that Stalker. Oh, he's going to use the back hallway.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
He's going to use the back hallway. Now, the Stalker moving forward. What's he going to catch?
Oh
my gosh,
oh,
look
wow.
at his vision. He does see a Marine.
He sees the Marine there. And look at this brilliant Zealot positioning. On the high ground of his expansion, it looks like that one Stalker will get a free Marine.
Nice.
And there, MaNa sees it. He's going to have to pull all his probes. He's going to have to abandon the front. He knows his opponent doesn't have a Nexus done yet. It's actually correct to sack the Nexus here, but it's still going to be very close. And an insta-force field. Oh, this is going to be very difficult for MaNa.
Yeah, no additional. Do we have another sentry coming out? We do, but it's just been started. It doesn't matter. The real target, of course, being that Nexus. And with the bunker going down, it's almost just assured that it is going to fall, especially with that bunker so close. He's going to come up the ramp anyway.
Oh, no.
That there's not a force field there. The sentry is going to fall. Another sentry does pop out. He does have a force field, but he can't really use it in a desirable way right now, Sean.
Oh, gosh.
And this is going to do a ton of damage.
And it looks like will he throw down another force field? He needs to keep his units away from those probes probe lines. Where are they? He's pulling back. He's just pulling everything as far back to his probe line as possible. And there the probes step into the fray. Some incredible control by MaNa. And amazingly, the Nexus is not down yet for MaNa.
Not down, no.
And notice right now, at 7 minutes, that's when the warp gate's finished. That is far too late to have been able to hold off this attack. But Hack still hasn't killed off that key structure. He still hasn't killed off the Nexus. But Hack has so many Marines there, I don't think there's any chance of him saving that. And now Hack steps into a nice lead.
I mean, I love the decision-making by Hack there. He lost most of those Marines, and he's just going to come down for it anyway. He's got to focus fire that down. He does kind of step into position. Wise move to get rid of these reinforcements coming out here by the Stalkers.
Play.
But is he going to get sandwiched? Not by too many units. I think that he's got some freedom here. He's got to be careful, though.
Oh, MaNa may have found the weakness in the armor for Hack. Look at this MaNa. Now just starting to kite all of these Marines. He's going to be warping in those Stalkers 3 at a time. Look at the money for MaNa right now. He is supply blocked. He has to rebuild. Some incredible dancing going on by MaNa, but he has to be very careful. He's already lost 2 Stalkers unnecessarily. He has to get into a good position, and there he loses 4 of his initial 6 units popping out. And now, what is the correct choice for MaNa? He is not mining any gas from that second geyser, and it looks like he's going to re-expand and go for a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, that was rough. I mean, immediately you see Hack, and he realizes just how rough that actually was. He did manage to get those 3 bunkers and Marines in them, just, I think, at the perfect time. However, this attack isn't quite over yet. We do have the SCVs pulled out the line. There's, the sentry gets knocked down immediately, and MaNa maybe pressing his luck a little bit too much there. The 3 bunkers, I think, was an immediate detraction to just say, okay, it's time to move back. And now these bunkers are going to be well in defense. He's going to take out these rocks on the side, but more than anything, it's a nice diversion away from that Nexus that is going up right now. He hasn't really built anything outside of his initial warp gate, but he's got to be, oh my gosh, another bunker going up.
Now, I will say, MaNa's response has been nearly perfectly. Hack doing the predictable follow-up, but MaNa just exploiting the weaknesses of Terran perfectly. If you'll note, in that attack that was the 5 Stalkers, the 1 Sentry, and the Zealot, what did MaNa do? Target-fired SCVs. 5 Stalkers will one-shot an SCV, and if you go to the Workers Killed tab, you see that there are 7 workers killed off by MaNa. This has caused a huge delay for Hack in terms of trying to get his medevacs up. As MaNa's pushing on that right side, I mean, step into the main for Hack. Hack doesn't even have his starport started yet. So what do you do if you're in the position of MaNa? You're just going to be going Mass, Sentry, Immortal, and expanding twice. There is nothing Hack can do about it. If he put on that much pressure with minerals, he has no gas to spare. And there you see Stim only just now finishing for Hack. Combat shield nowhere in sight. Hack's still in a great position, but there's nothing that Hack can do to apply pressure to MaNa for probably the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing those 4 bunkers gone up by MaNa, I'm sure was quite of a relief, especially when you consider that he did have that mass Marine aggression in his base just a few minutes ago. Yeah. So quite the bounce back. Of course, he's got his expansion up. The 3rd, no one there quite yet, but he's going to move some probes over right now. And wow, a quick move out suddenly, but it is caught by MaNa, and he does have vision of it. It should allow him to at least get prepared for something should it comes. Now, the robotics facility just finished up, and nothing's coming out of it quite yet.
Oh, where's the Immortal? He did get the Observer out. That's going to help. He either must get Observer number 2 or the robot or the Immortal out of that Robo. He just can't leave it idle. And man, what a ballsy play from MaNa. He sees this attack and he just starts 1-1 upgrades. He's like, I'm fine, I want to be strong later. So looks like he is very, very comfortable with his force fielding abilities with only 3 sentries.
Yeah, well, he's got a good eye on things so far, and here comes that initial push up the side. He's got to be careful about those sentries in there. Oh! Some good force fields. The sentries, though, are getting targeted down. A nice move by Hack, and all that's left is these Stalkers. However, the high ground vision is cut off by just a little bit, and the Stalkers do eventually gain an advantage.
Oh, wow.
There.
Oh, wow. Is he going to continue to push out? That was an incredible defense by MaNa, but again, only 3 gateways. This is the struggle with dealing with Terran mid-game aggression. If you don't have over 8 gateways, it's extremely difficult to hold 3 bases because you just can't replenish quickly enough. And there's the stim down to the bottom.
Oh, and the sentry's going to get hit a second time. Some probes fall down as well, and is Hack going to be able to take it right here just with a little bit of patience and a very smart maneuver? We didn't have that Immortal come out, and there is one finally on its way. but idle for too long. There we see the Nexus go down, Sean, and that could just be a ticking time bomb here for MaNa. He got that advantage. He pushed appropriately, but Hack was just not satisfied with his position. Pushing forward worked out great for him.
Marcus, look at Hack's base. Almost always you'll see a third command center started right now. No, this is how Hack was able to bust down the front door. In the meantime, he has 8 barracks down total. He's now getting add-ons to most of them. I mean, Hack is literally going for the jugular here and now. This means if MaNa just defends and defends well, he'll be in good shape. But God, is it going to be hard with Hack just breathing down his neck like that.
Some very intelligent stimming come out here by Hack right away, just stimming the forward squad of units and checking things. No premature force fields came out, but the Guardian Shield was popped, and whether or not Hack is ready to go in quite yet is yet to be seen. Here we do see Medevac is loading up here. He is going to drop on the inside. Yes, it coming through the ramp.
Oh gosh, and Hack just hitting from all sides, making a concave out of nothing, and now spreading forward. We see the Colossus stepping into the fray. Will Hack target fire it? Oh, it looks like MaNa doing some massive damage. Just got a nice warping around with those Zealots, and is MaNa gonna pull this off? Oh my god, it looks like barely Hack is able to snipe the Colossus, and with that Zealot warping around, MaNa is trying to retake the third base, but Hack making a whopping 8 Marines, 3 Marauders, and 2 Vikings at once, and is going to continue to press his advantage. The little line of blue ants trail into MaNa's front.
Yeah, it's not looking pretty. The third base still not mine there. GG! And it comes down to